Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rizky Putra Widantoro, and I'm from Academic Debate and Presentation B class. And today I want to talk about my article with the title is Morphological Analysis of Derivational Morpheme contained in William Shakespeare poem entitled Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? So I think all of you is know about William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is the greatest, the famous writer. It's at 15th until 16th century. So that's for the William Shakespeare. But do you know about this poem? This poem is actually a sonnet. Sonnet have 14 lines for the poem and which is have the particular pattern inside the poem. And let's go for the next slide. This is for the table of content that I want to explain today. The first is introduction. The introduction is conclude the data source, research problem, and theory. And the second point is finding. And the third point is discussion. And the last is conclusion. Next, the first is introduction. Before we go deeper inside the presentation, we must know about what is derivational morpheme. But before we knowing about derivational morpheme, there is a morpheme. What is a morpheme? Morpheme is the minimal pairs from the word. So in the word, there is consists of the root and the affixes. In affixes, there are three type of affixes. There is suffix, prefix, and infix. So the age of root and affix it called by morpheme. So this is a morpheme. Next is derivational morphemes. Derivational morphemes, or we can say as derivational affixes, are one of the types of morphemes because in morphemes there are two, that is derivational morphemes and inflectional morphemes. These morphemes is contain affixes, but in derivational morphemes, after adding the affixes, it changes the word class of the word. For the example is the word singer. The word singer consists of two. The root is sing and as an affixes. The word sing with the word class is verb, but adding the affixes makes this word change the word class from verb to noun. So sing is a verb. By adding it becomes singer and it's a noun. So next, this is for the data source. I take the data from the Poetry Foundation. So Poetry Foundation is kind of website of a library of poems. So there is a lot of poem uh, inside this website. So this is also the portrait of William Shakespeare. Next. Next is research problem. The first is, what kinds of derivational morphemes are contained in Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day by William Shakespeare? Second is, how many derivational morphemes that contain in Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day by William Shakespeare? Next. Next is theory. This research used the theory from Parker and Riley in 1994. So Parker and Riley is one of the writer of books. Yeah, one of writer of books. Next, second is finding. This is I found the data of the derivational morpheme contained in the poem. So in the first line, with the first, thou art more lovely and more temperate, with the word temperate is classified as derivational morphemes. Second is in the same line, there is though are more lovely and more temperate. This word lovely is classified as derivational morphemes. Third is in the sixth line with the first, and often is his cold complexion tint. The word is complexion. The fourth is in the eighth line with the first by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. The word untrimmed. Then or in the line 10 line with the first nor lose possession of that pair though out with the word possessions. So there is five clarification morpheme in this poem. Next, next is discussion. The word temperate indicate an adjective with the root is temper, which is a noun, but adding the affix ate makes the word class change to an adjective. This change from temper, that is noun, by adding the ate makes the word class is changed to an adjective. This classified as derivational morphemes. Next, next is the word lovely in the first line too. The word lovely indicate an adjective with the root love, which is a noun, but adding affix ly make the word class change to an adjective. This change from noun to an adjective is classified as derivational morphemes. Next is the word complexion in the sixth line. The word complexion is indicated as a derivational morphemes. The word complexion indicate an adjective with the root complexion, complex, which is an adjective, but adding the affix ion make the word class is changed to a noun. The changings from complex is adjective, but adding the affix ion makes the word class is changed to noun. So this changing the word class is classified as derivational morpheme. Next. Next is in the eighth line by the word untrimmed. The word untrimmed is indicated as derivational morpheme because the word untrimmed indicate a verb with the root trim, which is a verb too. But adding the affix ion makes the meaning is changing to the opposite. The derivational morpheme is not just change the word class, but this is changing the meaning to the opposite of the word. So it is also classified as derivational morphemes. Next, next is the word possession. This is the last of the derivational morpheme contained with the poem. The word possession, which consists of a derivational morpheme, because the word possession indicates a noun with the root possess, which which is a verb, but adding the affix ion makes the word class change to a noun. This change from a verb to a noun is classified as a derivational morphemes. Next, next is the conclusions. The poem entitled Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day by William Shakespeare contains five derivational morphemes. There are lovely, temperate, complexion, untrimmed, and possession. Moreover, in this poem has different in the derivational morpheme can change the word class, but there is the word, it doesn't change the word class, but change the meaning. That is the word untrimmed because it changes the meaning to the opposites. So it is also indicated as derivational morphemes. Next. I think that's all for me. Thank you for the nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.